to Green Bay. So, Shannon, do you agree with these projections?
I think the Broncos would be even better. I think the Broncos would be probably 11. I still have to wrap my rounds. We got an extra game. We had an extra game this year. So I believe the Broncos would probably be 11-6. Maybe they could get to 12-5, but I definitely they would win more than 10 games. And Aaron Rodgers would be an MVP candidate again. And that's what happens when these great players, Tom Brady, leave, go to a different location. He's in the MVP discussion. Peyton Manning did it. He's in the MVP discussion. So when these top-level quarterbacks, even later in their career, especially now, Skip, with the way they take care of themselves now, the way they eat, the way they train, it's not like in the 70s and the 80s and 90s when a quarterback, he was basically on his last legs. These guys still have a lot of juice in the tank. So I believe the Broncos would definitely be a playoff, would make the playoffs, would challenge the Chiefs for that division. You look at what they have. Jerry Jeudy, he had some bad drops, but he has number one potential. Cortland Sutton went to the Pro Bowl before he tore his knee last year. Tim Patrick, KJ Hamler, Noah Fant is a top 10 tight end. They got Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams, and defensively, we know what they possess. Von Miller's coming back, Bradley Chubb, Shelby Harris. They got Justin Simmons, one of the premier safeties in all of football. Pat Surtain, Kyle Fuller, Bryce Callahan. They loaded on that side of the ball. So, yeah, we'd be 11-6, 12-5 possibly.
Go up. Go 13.
Yeah, hold on. 12-5 is good.
I got the Bucks winning them all. I got guts. I got courage of conviction. You have none.
No, you just try to you just throwing that out there. But the Packers, y'all lose Aaron Rodgers. How many games? Jenny, how many games you said they were going to win?
8.
In 2 years.
That was the projection.
In 2 years.
8.
Yes. Well, they'll be 8-9. I got them more like 7-10.
Oh, wow. We'll go way out on a limb.
7-10.
Why don't you say 3-14?
Well, considering what your record was last year, that's a 7-game differential. Am I correct? So what did 13-3 last year, Skip? Okay, so that's a 6-game differential. So that's pretty dramatic, considering what the Broncos were last year and what they would be this year with Rodgers. Playoffs. Might even make the Super Bowl.
Might even?
Yeah.
Well, he's Aaron bleeping Rodgers. I can't believe you're telling me you just made the case. Denver is flat out loaded everywhere but quarterback.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Skip. The AFC is a landmine. It's different than the NFC. I think the AFC, when you look at Baltimore, you look at Cleveland, Buffalo, Kansas City, and if the Broncos get Rodgers, that's 5 teams that can really represent the AFC. When you really look at it, Skip, really, let's be realistic. Aaron Rodgers leaving, so we put Aaron Rodgers in Denver. If you look at the NFC, really, how many teams can really represent the NFC? Tampa? Who else? Who else you feel comfortable saying?
Dallas.
See, we're having a good old conversation. We're having a good conversation. And then you ruin it. You ruin all the moment you say Dallas, it's like you go into the party, Skip, and you back in the day in the 70s, 80s, you bump up against the turntable, it's scratching. Man, come on.
That's what you bumping up against that turntable? They told me you don't dance that much, right?
I boot up in the corner. I have my little shoulder up in the corner. We talk.
All right. Okay, all right. I got it. Somebody doesn't have the guts to say, if you go from Drew Lock and or Teddy Bridgewater to Aaron Rodgers, that you're not at least going to win the AFC West, right?
Skip, I mean, it's hard to... Hold on. You do realize Patrick Mahomes is not a... You make it seem like Patrick Mahomes is not taking a back seat to Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is the reigning MVP, and he ran away with it.
And who did he take that award from? Who had the award the year before?
I can't remember.
You do remember.
Was it Brady?
No.
Okay. My
guy beat Brady 2 years ago.
Really?
Beat him in the regular season last year,
By the way, I do have Tom Brady winning the MVP this year. I do. And the Bucks undefeated. So I've got the courage of my convictions. Somebody across from me does not. Because somebody across from me is qualifying, hesitating, conditionally saying, well, maybe they could. You told me they could maybe win the West. Are they or are they not going to win the West with Aaron Rodgers?
Let me ask you a question. When Tom Brady first got to Tampa, did they win the NFC South? That's Tom bleeping Brady.
But I told you what they were going to do.
No.
I told you they were going to the Super Bowl, and I was right.
I get all of that, but why didn't they win that division? Because Drew Brees was there and they had the Saints.
Well, for one reason, they threw him right into the fire on opening Sunday at New Orleans. That was as unfair an opening matchup as I've ever seen. You have to go play your arch rival in the division in their Thunderdome on opening with no preseason?
All I'm saying, Skip, is that Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes will be formidable, just like New Orleans were for you.
Formidable.
Yeah.
Is that all? Okay, I'm going to flip this around to one Jordan Love, and I'll be the first to tell you, I don't really know what Jordan Love is. I did not watch him at Utah State regularly. I saw some of the clips, but I didn't watch a game because I didn't see him coming until they went way up into the first round to snatch him.
Right.
And that was the end of Aaron Rodgers in his mind in Green Bay, as you know.
Right.
Our friend Lil Wayne tells me, has told me several times, that people within the organization really like Jordan Love. How does that translate into how would he perform? I don't know. But I have a pretty good feeling that he's pretty good.
Well, then you should let Aaron Rodgers go then, right?
Okay, well, I think they're getting close.
I don't think so.
Closer and closer.
I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think so.
Well, they're not going to let him go.
Why
They're gonna
not?
trade him.
We'll trade him.
Right?
What, hold on. The man told you he wanted to trade in April. May, June, here we are, July. What took you so long? If you believe in Jordan Love, you should have got rid of him.
D-Day, push them to the end. Let their feet touch the fire in Denver, and let them go to camp with Drew Lock and see how they feel about that.
We told you what we'll give you. We give you 2 first-round pick, a third. That's what we'll do for you.
Well, I'm sure they want some players.
We ain't got no players for you.
We'll take Patrick Surtain.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
Hold on. You got Jordan Love.
Yeah. Okay, so what does Green Bay have that apparently Aaron Rodgers is done with? They have a Devontae Adams who is ranked by many services the #1 receiver in football. Am I right about that?
Right.
ESPN.com did a poll the other day. A lot of people around football. Devontae, #1.
It wasn't close.
And yet, Ian Rappaport just reported that contract negotiations between Devontae and the Packers have broken off, and they're in a bad place right now. So maybe that's not the greatest. But he is still a premier player in this league. The Green Bay offensive line in pass blocking is now ranked by Pro Football Focus 2nd best in the league to Cleveland. Wow, that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
And defensively, Green Bay is pretty good.
They ain't Denver.
Okay, I'll give you that. They're not, but they're pretty good because they went 13-3 back-to-back, and you can't have a give-up defense and go 13-3 back-to-back.
Well, when you got a quarterback like that, you make up for all those mistakes.
I've told you regularly that little running back behind that quarterback, also named Aaron.
Yes.
You know, the
Aaron
other
Jones.
Aaron is often the MVP in games.
No, he ain't no often enough. Stop saying
every
that.
time they play my Dallas Cowboys, Aaron Jones just takes the game over.
But y'all took the Dallas Cowboys, you're sorry.
Okay.
I could be the MVP in that, guess.
Well, Aaron Jones is still there. He's happy. He's signed.
Yes.
And here we go, right?
But guess who's not there? Guess who's not happy?
Jordan Love?
Okay, Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. I think they could win 9 games. I think they could go 9-8 with the young quarterback.
Put due on that.
Well, I would. I will. If we get to that.
They ain't going to that.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, Weezy won't even tell them they're going to win 9 games. Not with no Jordan Love.
I think he's probably in the 8 range, but
7.
Optimistically speaking, you know,
I'm optimistic
glass half full. I'm going to go 9.
It all depends on what's in the glass. I mean, half full of poison ain't good. You know what I'm saying? You come out half full.
How about half full of champagne?
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, that would be in Denver. We'd be 3/4 full. We always to the top.
I kind of like their chances with Jordan Love.
Like their chances to do what?
To sneak into the backside of the playoffs as a wild card team. That's what I think.
Hold on. Oh, so they win the division, but beat a wild card. Did not beat Minnesota with no Jordan Love?
You really love Minnesota? Because I don't.
You really love, the question is, do you really love Jordan Love? Because I don't.
Well, I told you, I'm disqualifying because I don't know his game, but by all accounts, he's a mature young man, and he would step right in and be just fine.
Skip, they will say, you know what, Brett, we will trade you. Because they knew what they had in Aaron Rodgers. They said, okay, we've seen enough. We take it, okay, Brett, where you want to go? We trade you anywhere except in the NFC. If they thought they had enough, because this ain't no past history. This is not a 30-year-ago idea. This happened in the last decade. So if you believe he's your guy, go ahead and do that. You believe you got the right one?
What are you going to give us back?
I told you what we give you. We give you 2 firsts and a third.
We want players.
Hold on, time out. We'll give. What did San Francisco give up for Matthew Stafford?
You mean
San Francisco gave, so what did they give Detroit to get Matthew Stafford?
Yeah.
We'll give you 2 1s and a 3.
For L.A., you mean?
The Rams, excuse me.
The Rams,
Excuse me. The Rams.
Well, maybe it's beyond draft picks. Maybe they want to get better now with players. Maybe that's the sticking point between the two teams right now.